Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn one of the most important skills in the tech industry, that is Linux. So whether you want to become a developer, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, cybersecurity professional or software engineer, Linux is a must-have skill that can strengthen your resume and help you unlock better job opportunities. And the best part is that you don't need any prior Linux knowledge to follow along with this video because I will explain everything step by step in a simple and practical way. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right in and start our Linux journey. Alright, so the very first thing I want you to understand is that Linux is not scary. Like most beginners get afraid when they see a black screen with some text and blinking cursor. But honestly, this is just another way of talking to the computer. Like instead of clicking buttons, we are typing commands. And once you learn a few commands, you will realize it's actually faster than using the mouse. Now look at my screen. So before moving further, follow what I am trying to do. So open Windows PowerShell as run as administrator. Give permission as yes. And you can see here. If you want to check like which WSL version we are using, so write WSL version. So we are basically WSL version is 2.6.10, and if you want to install WSL, then write command as WSL install. Just a moment. WSL install. So here it's saying that a distribution with the supplied name already exists because I have already installed WSL before it. So I'll show you how the screen will look when you are going to install the WSL. So it's installing. Just wait for installation process. So yeah. And after installation of WSL completed, you should install Ubuntu on your desktop. So click on it and install the Ubuntu process. All those just follow. Now before this, let me explain you about why I am uh, giving more focus in Ubuntu only. Why not Kali, Linux, Arch Linux, Fedora or some other Linux? So before we start learning Linux, you might be like wondering why I'm using Ubuntu only in this video. So after all, there are many Linux distribution available like Kali Linux and all. So the simple answer is that Ubuntu is one of most beginner friendly Linux distributions, and if you are like completely new to Linux, so Ubuntu will give you a smooth learning experience without making things unnecessarily complicated, since most Linux concepts are exactly the same across distribution. And commands like ls, pwd, cd, make directory, touch, cat permissions, users, process, all these work same everywhere. So once you learn Linux fundamentals on Ubuntu, moving to another Linux distribution becomes much easier. So guys, think of it like learning to drive a car. Once you know how to drive one car, then switching to another car is much easier, right? So Linux distributions are very similar, and among these, Ubuntu is simply the easiest place to start. And the other reason also why I'm using Ubuntu is because it works extremely well with WSL, Windows Subsystem Linux, which is Windows. That means you can learn Linux directly on your Windows machine without installing a separate operating system. So if you are a student With only a Windows laptop, you can follow everything I'm doing in this video. Also, I want to share, like, for job perspective or from a career perspective, Ubuntu is widely used in cloud environments, servers, development environments, DevOps workflows, Docker containers, and many more real world projects. So, the skills you are learning here are not just for practice, these are the skills you will actually use in industry also. Now look at my screen and search Ubuntu from your Windows search button. So here you can see this is called Linux sale prompt. So it tells you who you are and where you are before you type a command. So let's first break this down so that you will understand what you are doing actually. What is this all Linux sale prompt? So this first part is your is my username, and this name, this is computer or host name. Same, it will display on your computer or PC, and this symbol means I'm currently in my home directory. So think of it like your personal room inside Linux. So now first command I always teach beginners is pwd, that is print working directory. So what happened is that Linux showed me my current location, where am I currently locating. Now think about Google Maps. Whenever you are traveling, the first thing you ask is where am I right now, right? So that's exactly what PWD does. Like, it tells us our current location inside the Linux file system. Now suppose I want to see what files and folders are present here. So for that, we use what files and folders are present here. So for that, we write command as list, ls. So it shows me I am at practice test.txt file. Like, these files are present under this. So Linux shows all files and folders available in current directory using command list ls. Now sometimes we need more information, maybe file size, permission, owner details. So for that we use list al. Here al is flags. These A and L are two flags. So notice that A means here it will show hidden files and L show details in long format. Like, this is one of the most commonly used commands in Linux. From using this ls dash al flag, using this command you can see all those files or directory present in this folder. Now this is in fact, if you watch DevOps Engineer, Linux Administrator, or Cloud Engineers, you will see them LSAL all the time on their PC. Now you might notice some files beginning with a dot, like this: .bash history, .bash logout, .cache, .config, and .local. So for example, this file .bash history, .config, and all, these all are hidden files. So in Linux, whenever you see any file beginning with a dot, is considered hidden, and these files usually contain configuration settings, as you can see. Now let's move around. Suppose I want to enter a folder, like I use cd. CD is basically means change directory. I want to change directory, means I want to change the folder name. For example, I want to change directory named as documents. So here it showed me ki no such file or directory with name as documents. So let me, okay, so I write command as cd change directory practice folder. Now I am inside the practice folder. So how can I verify? So simple, use pwd command again. Always remember, whenever you got confused, use pwd command. So it tells you exactly where you are right now. So what if I want to come back again one step? So use command as cd dot dot. So these two dots mean parent directory. Like think of it like going back one folder. And if you want to instantly go back to your home directory, write simply as cd and this symbol. So this shortcut saves a lot of time. Now let's create our own folder, because learning by doing is the best way to learn Linux. Just watching or some tutorials, you will not learn anything. So while practicing same thing with this video, you will learn a lot. So let's create a folder called practice, as I have made practice before. So again, make directory as demo. All right. So now type ls list. So you can see this demo folder has been created. So now write command as cd demo, and you can see our first file is created under demo folder. Now create a first file under demo folder as name as touch test.txt. Press enter. Done. So many beginners ask like what just happened, what I did. So touch command created an empty file. That's it. Like touch command is created empty file named as test.txt. You can see here by uh, go to a file manager. You can see under this C drive path, you can see this file, empty file is created named as test.txt. Let me show you. You can see here when you go to under these folders, like under this PC, then C drive, then users, and whatever name using your name folders is created. So under this you can see your files of Ubuntu are created. The hidden files named as .bash history, although all those files starting from dot, and here this file is created named as test file. Now suppose I want to write something inside this empty test.txt file. So to write or print something in this file, I can use command as echo hello linux, and then write angular bracket, then test dot, write the file name. This greater than symbol, basically it redirects output into your file. Now let's read the file. After this, to read the file, I have to write the command as cat test.txt, and Linux will display hello Linux. Right, very simple. You just need to create the file, then write data and read data. So that's already a huge milestone for beginners. Now let's talk about something extremely important, that Windows drives inside Linux. So many students get confused when they see command as mntc. Mnt means here mount. So what is this? Windows drives are mounted inside Linux. For example, this command means Windows under C drive. So if I move there, like if I write as cd mount c and type ls, then what will happen is that I can actually see Windows folders like users, then program files. Here, here you can see that permission denied are showing, like due to page file.system. swap_file.system and dumpstack.log.temporary. These are basically Windows system files. So these files belong to Windows only and require some special permissions. So WSL can see them but cannot fully access them. That's why this is completely normal and not an error in our Linux setup. So let's move to next. Now suppose I want to access my desktop, then I can go to write command as cd mnt mount C drive and the users folder, write your username and then desktop. So notice that quotes. Why? Because my username contains a space. So whenever a folder name contains spaces, wrap the path inside quotes. Now Linux is showing up my desktop files. How cool is that? Like I'm sitting inside Ubuntu but viewing Windows files. That's one of the biggest advantages of WSL. Now let's install software. So in Linux we use package managers. So Ubuntu uses API. So before installing anything we usually run sudo apt update. So this updates package information, write password, so write the command as sudo apt update. So all those formalities like password and all I have already gave. So now it's running and installing all those files, folders. Sudo means basically here administrator privilege and apt means package manager, and it will install the software. Let's try to editing package files. Now let's write sudo apt install gedit y. So yeah, it's already the newest version showing. So here gedit basically it's a software name, and this y automatically says yes. Now after installation, this gedit test.txt file, graphical text editor file will open. Like it's very similar to that. So you can see here while writing command gedit test.txt file, you can see here gedit uh, like graphical text editor opens, which is very similar to Notepad. And now you are editing Linux files using a GUI application. Pretty awesome, right? So at this point, you have already learned more Linux than many people who claim they know Linux. Now you can navigate directories and all. So first create the folder. So before this, I want to wrap up this video. Like so far we have learned how to navigate through Linux directories, create files and folders, how to view file contents, how to access Windows files to WSL, and even install and use applications like gedit, graphical user interface, which is actually graphical text editor, and the commands which I told you, like these all commands alone cover a large part of what beginners use every day. So pause this video and try this yourself. The best way to learn Linux is by typing commands. So not just wording, I'm giving you a small task. First write this command and practice with your own in your own PC. And congratulations, like you have taken your first step into the Linux world. So, and don't worry if you don't remember every commands today. While with practice, they will become second nature. So in the next video, we will dive deeper into permissions, self-scripting, Git, Docker, and many real-world Linux concepts. So until then, let's stop watching and start doing. This is SnezForge, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.